Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are comparing two note-making apps. One is the Goodnotes 5, which is one of the most popular apps for note-taking on the iPad, and one is the Apple Notes. Now Apple is trying very hard to improve the writing experience on Apple iPad, but so far they have not been able to improve their note-taking app to a level that can match the other note-taking apps like Goodnotes or Notability. So I thought I'll just compare these two. I have been using Goodnotes 5 for a long time and it is my most favorite app, but I tried writing on the Apple Notes, the default Apple Notes app as well. So let's have a look at how are these two apps different and whether the Apple Notes app can compete or can act as a substitute for Goodnotes 5 so that you don't have to pay extra money to buy these apps, and whether you can just make your notes with the default Apple Notes app. Let's begin. So let's talk about the user interface. The Apple Notes app has a very basic user interface. It has a navigation bar on the left where you can navigate through your documents. You can quickly swap between various documents and you can have a full screen view here, and you can click this option to view as gallery, select your notes, sort them and group them, and view your attachments as well. And once you click on the full screen option, then you have an option to add a list using this tab, and you can add a table. You can import an image, you can directly use the camera, or you can choose from your gallery. There is an option to export your documents, the various types of pens and tools available. You can click this option to scan documents, pin a document, lock a document, find in note, move note. You can add lines and grids. You can select different types of lines that you would like on your page. You can have squares, small squares, big squares, lines. They do not have any option for dotted page. Then you can delete and you can customize the toolbar. That's about it. And you have an option here to start a new note. So that is all that the default basic Apple Notes app offers you. Coming to the user interface of Goodnotes and even Notability, they both have a very similar user interface. You have a multitude of options. You have pen, eraser, highlighter, shapes, the lasso tool, an option to add elements. You can add images. You can even have a typing mode. This is experimental. You can add text. You can use a laser pointer. Then you can have a thumbnail view of your documents. You can have favorites. You can have the outlines if your document has the outlines, and you have an option to share your screen, export your document. You have the option to add a voice note. You have various templates. You can change the template. Multitude of options: squared paper, ruled, narrow paper, wide paper, all kind of options. I have a separate video on Goodnotes 5. You can check that out. So yeah, the user interface is way more advanced in Goodnotes and even in Notability. So there's no comparison. And you can even have multiple documents open in Goodnotes. See, I have most of the times I have at least 7 or 8 books open at a time, and really improves your productivity. Now coming to the writing experience, the writing experience on the default Apple Notes app is okay, I would say. It is nothing great. So this is a test of writing on Apple Notes app. So pretty basic. I don't really enjoy writing on this app, but yeah, the pencil works fine. And for the options for pen that they have given, two types of pens. You have a highlighter, you have an eraser, a lasso tool, a ruler, then you have this brush kind of a thing, then an ink pen and another brush. You have an option to add shapes, you have an option to add text, add signature, and that is about it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 color options, and you can choose whichever color you want. These are all the possible options for writing on the Apple Notes app. And if you come to Goodnotes, now Goodnotes is wonderful for writing. You can see my handwriting improves so much when I write on Goodnotes. I'm not bragging about my handwriting. I think it is pretty average, but when I write on Goodnotes, it is just such a pleasure, and it looks pretty neat, I have to say. So yeah, the writing experience on Goodnotes is really good. I'll just show you a test of writing as well. This is a test. Absolutely love it. The flow of the pen, especially with this fountain pen option, the flow of writing on Goodnotes is top notch. I love it. You can even adjust the pressure sensitivity, you can even adjust the tip sharpness, you can use a ball pen, brush pen, and when you highlight on Goodnotes, the highlighter goes behind the text. And when you highlight on the Apple Notes, it doesn't really go behind the text, but the good thing is it doesn't even fade the text. It looks fine, but the text doesn't project. It doesn't really appear highlighted on the Apple Notes. While on Goodnotes, you can feel that, yeah, this is the text that I have to focus on. Now let's come to exporting options. This is where Goodnotes 5 is amazing. When you click this export button, you can share a link to collaborate. You can export a single page. You can export all. You can print. You can mirror your screen. Various options. And when you click export, you have an option to export it as a PDF, as an image, as a Goodnotes file, or as a link. You can include your annotation or exclude them. You can share the original file with someone. You can include your page backgrounds. That is the dotted background that I have, or you can share it without the background. Then even PDF data format, whether you want to share it as an editable file or a flattened file. Enable handwriting recognition as well when you share your document. This is amazing. Love it. While the headache of using Apple Notes is that you cannot export your files properly. I tried exporting this file and I had a nightmare. I click on export. I have only two options. Either I want to collaborate or send a copy. If I want to collaborate, I can directly collaborate with the people as messages. I can airdrop, mail, drive, all options are there. But this way they can use this note in the Notes app only. I even tried opening it in Goodnotes. There is an option to share to Goodnotes. It will convert your file into PDF, but that doesn't seem to work for me right now. There is some software issue, I think. If it's working for you, please let me know, or I'll wait for an update. And I tried importing it to Acrobat as well, but to convert it to an Acrobat PDF, you need Acrobat subscription. So yeah, it is complicated. I have some images added to this note, and when I share this note, it asks me to save these images, or even if I save this to files, it will save the images separately. The document is being shared as images and it is not being shared as PDF. It is a nightmare. So yeah, Apple, please improve your Apple Notes app. And if I want to read a book, I do not have an option to import a book in the Apple Notes app. It doesn't work. So yeah, I tried it. That's about all the features that I can use on the Apple Notes. I tried using it instead of Goodnotes 5. It doesn't work. It is not even close to Goodnotes or even Notability. So yeah, do not think of using Apple Notes as a substitute for Goodnotes. Go for Goodnotes or Notability or any other app that you like. Those apps will improve your productivity. Apple Notes doesn't work. Thank you for watching. Namaste.